psychological growth as a journey toward individuation, the process of becoming one's most authentic. But before we can talk about what it truly means to find yourself, we must first understand what prevents most people from ever doing so, from the moment we enter the workplace. But here's the problem. The more we identify ourselves, we begin to believe that we are ourselves, forgetting that there is something deeper beneath it. And then there's the other side of the coin, the shout fear of judgment. To speak your messages from the deeper self, to writing, music, and other forms of...
Vegetables what? I really know it. It's your fruit. Honestly, and the iPhone boy.
It works.
6. And the equal sign for check. Signing.
This is fun.
Veggie.
Carrot.
Carrot. The water.
Ice cream. Your total consumption today is $35. You can pay by cash.
A donut?
Here you go. A taste. What are you making?
I cut the fish.
Why are you cutting the chicken for it?
No, it's not chicken. It's fish.
The water. The love. The water. Yum. I love you, Daddy. I love you, Mommy. How you hate it? The chicken cracker. Have a good dinner. I love this one.
Vậy hả? Ừ, thử đi con.
Nice to meet.
Không có nghe mùi nữa
I
đâu.
like the crab. Oh.
It's all hot. Okay. Then you don't have to. It's okay.
A little bit bite.
That sounds yummy. Did you try the meatball? The meatball's yummy too.
Rainy days don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay. From the moment that we met, you were worth the wait. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know. Talk for hours and never
Cao này.
slept.
Daddy.
Two silhouettes
Để
on
em
the
rót trà cho
corner.
ha.
What's that?
You
Tea.
watch the sun as it slowly crept
This banana.
from the horizon to the place we
Banana.
Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know.
Oh.
The muffin's so sweet.
Cái này là có chuối. Yeah honey.
Thơm.
Không có sữa đường.
Dạ. Yeah.
Banana muffin's yummy.
Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever